Alright guys, today we've got some really exciting stuff going on. This video is unlike anything we've ever done before, actually. Today we're out here actually in Clovis and Fresno, guys. And what we're doing is we're showcasing some homes today that are being built actually in two different cities in the county. So these homes are being built in Fresno and in Clovis, guys. We're going to be seeing one or two of these here, and we're going to drive across town, see probably the third floor plan over there. And what we're going to do is do a comparison analysis to see which city is more valuable, which one's more bang for your buck. Is it better to pay a lower price to be in Fresno with getting Clovis Unified, or is it better to pay top dollar to be in the most prime, highest desirable area in arguably the entire valley, guys? We're going to find that out together today. So kind of cool. Another thing is that both of these communities do come with pool complexes. There's some exciting stuff happening. The guys right here today finishing up the pool complex, working on some concrete that was just poured. We've got tractors out here doing stuff way behind me right on Shepherd Avenue, getting the road all ready to go, dialed in for you guys. So lots of stuff happening today, guys. We're super excited to share with you everything that we got in store for you today. So stick around till the end and let's dive in, guys. So there are three floor plans here, guys. We have shown homes similar to these before on the channel. We've actually never shot the Clovis location of these houses, so they might be a little different, might be a little flipped here or there. Very similar concept, but we're excited, guys. So without further ado, let's check them out. I'm gonna jump right into the first one. We'll show you what the neighborhood looks like later. And lots to see, guys, so check this thing out. First one, guys, is right here in front of me. This is the Spanish exterior. And later, guys, we're gonna talk about all of this and what this actually means, etc. This home does come with a single car garage and one full-size driveway space for a vehicle. If you look at the garage door there and then compare it to where the garage door would be on this house, it's quite a bit farther back. I'll get into all that stuff later. But let's just step in here. It's probably like 88 degrees, so it's not that hot, but it is definitely cooler inside. All right, check this thing out, guys. What do you think? So real quick, who is this home for, right? Who is this home for? Because, you know, I have sold a ton of these houses, and sometimes they get people that say, oh my God, Casey, that is so small, feels like a townhouse, all the above. You know, it depends on what stage of life you're in. So if you are like the young family, child on the way, you know, maybe you got a couple kids and you want them to be in Clovis Unified, but you're not trying to break the bank, you want a good rate, a brand new house, low maintenance because you're growing in your careers. If that is you, then these houses are for you, right? Now, if you're like, hey, we got, you know, 3 or 4 kids and we're later in life, we want the big ranch house with the pool and acreage, well, then obviously these aren't for you. So depending on where you are in life will sort of determine what's more appealing to you. But either way, that's neither here nor there. Let's check this thing out and have a peek, guys. It's actually a really nice layout for all that you get for the price, which I think you're not going to believe, guys, by the way. So check it out. Here is the living room area. Lots and lots and lots of natural light. This room is not huge, big enough for a few people. It's not giant. I'm not going to make it sound like it's something that it isn't. Everybody could agree on that. But for its size, there's a lot of big windows allowing a lot of natural light to come through. Not sure if it matters, but this particular house faces east. So let that tell you whatever that means, right? So, all right, now we have the dining room here. I'm not going to call it a dining room. I'm going to refer to this as more of what's called a dining space. This previous model, they've actually been building this floor plan for, I don't know, 10, 12 years, maybe more. Quite a while. They've made minor tweaks over the years to make it better. In its latest rendition, which is what you're seeing right now, this island is here, right? Of course it's here. We're looking at it, right? Previously, though, this island was turned 90 degrees and it was attached over there where the fridge is, and the fridge was on the other side, way over there. So this was sort of a U-shaped. Actually, no, it was not a U-shaped. I'm sorry. It was more of a peninsula. So the cabinet started here, came across, and then out this way toward where I'm standing. Over there was a gigantic slider, typical size slider, nothing crazy, just a normal size slider, and your dining table would have to go basically where the dishwasher is. I know that's probably like really confusing the way I just explained that, and it really doesn't make a difference because you can't get that now unless we look for a resale. But this is actually better in my opinion because now you can freely walk around the kitchen while we're in here. Let's just do it, guys. Okay, I think I know, but let's see. All right, these are not soft close drawers, so if you're angry that you burnt the toast, do not slam them, guys. All right, good cabinets. Well, see, now I don't get that. The tops are soft close. That's nice. Very, very nice, actually. So if you burn the toast, slam these. That's fine. All right, now this right here is an electric stove. This is an all-electric community. I say that from time to time because things are trending that direction in the future. So this is an electric community, which means you probably have a heat pump for your heat source, for your central heating, right? And you have an electric stove here. There's going to be no gas line ran to this home whatsoever. Something really nice though is that you do get this refrigerator, and you do get the stove and the microwave and the dishwasher and the washer and dryer that's upstairs we're gonna see. So, all right, now this is pretty good. So, okay, these are Blanco sinks. These are this is a nice brand of a sink right here, okay? Very, very nice. My recommendation is that you wanna get the metal grate that goes in there. It doesn't come with it, but you should order it on Amazon because you will scratch it. That sort of happened at my house, and that's how I know. But yeah, so what you see is what you get though. Every one of these interiors on these homes will be identical with the exception of the floor. So the floor may vary in color. You have the option depending on what stage in construction they're in when you reserve your lot. So reach out to us and we'll let you know what's going on there. But they all come with the white paint, the texture just like you see here. The quartz countertops just like that. This sink and faucet combo right there. The backsplash, yes, comes with it, guys. So these are the cabinets, all of it, right? The only thing that you don't get would be like the design wall over here. It's a very decorative design item, design feature they call it. So that's just for the model. You could certainly do that to your house, but it doesn't come that way through the builder, okay? So, all right. Let me show you. So what do you guys think of the powder room right here? Is this okay? Some people, it's funny, I've shown this home 1,000 times. Sometimes people are like, oh, perfect, we don't care. Other people are like, oh my God, Casey, there's no privacy. You know, right out the kitchen. Well, that is true. There's no storage in here for toiletries or anything. You can certainly hang something like that to store toilet paper, etc. And then over here we've got, so this sort of seconds as a coat closet right here, your vacuum, all that. Over here, this could be a linen closet, but honestly, this is meant to be a pantry because, I mean, why not? You need a pantry, and this is a great pantry. So honestly, what I would do, I would probably keep this one. I'd probably add a couple shelves here and then leave the bottom open for my vacuum and all of that, but create some extra shelving for linens. Through that door right there takes you to the one-car garage. We're not seeing it though, because it is locked, but it's a drywall and taped one-car garage. Pretty nice. All right, and then let's check this out actually. Okay, so let's go out here. I think you're actually going to be amazed with what you can do with a backyard that is the size of this one. This is not considered a huge backyard. Some people walk back here and they think, oh my God, that's a small backyard. What are we going to do with that? Well, you're not going to put in a pool But it's okay, you know why? Because the good news is in both communities that we're in today, whether it's the Clovis location or the Fresno location where we're going to be driving to here in just a few, you get a pool included in your monthly HOA, which is very low, and we're going to talk about all that stuff later. Okay, check out this yard. I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually very surprised at all that they have managed to include back here. Lots of plants and trees and boxwoods. The AC is surrounded by what looks like a pallet. You know, it's kind of the thing right now. Right, I'm standing on some synthetic grass that does not come with it, but it shows you what it could be. Like, it's really nice. You know, I would hang some little market lights out here, maybe do a water feature, definitely a fire pit, and make this place really, really quaint and very nice, kind of like they've got it here. So this is a great backyard. Like, even Sophie, my daughter, can come out here. Well, I got two daughters actually, but Sophie's the only one that's able to get around because she's already 2. I could see her coming out here playing with her little water table and playing with chalk on the ground and petting Luna and Yeti, our huskies, and all of that. I could totally see that. So, great backyard. Okay. By the way, guys, if you are moving, right, you're like, oh my gosh, we gotta find a house, and what are we gonna do? You're gonna call us, guys, because that is what we love to do. We love to help people find the right house, build relationships with you guys, share with you guys about us and learn about you, and make the journey less stressful, because, you know, buying a house is stressful. I mean, let's say you already found a house. Moving is stressful, right? Just packing all your stuff and purging items that you don't need any longer and all of that, that's stressful in itself, right? I'm not trying to add to that by making the home buying process more stressful. So let us help you out. We got a lot of tips, tricks, strategies, all of that. We can talk to you guys, you know, 7, 8 o'clock at night. If you guys got questions after work and you're home, give me a ring. I'm here. So reach out to us. Our info is right there on the screen as I climb these stairs. And subscribe to the channel, guys. We finally broke 1,000 subscribers. We're super happy and grateful for that. But we are trying to get to 2,000 now. Next milestone, right? Bigger and better. So subscribe and let's keep going. All right, we have reached the top of Half Dome. Just kidding, this ain't Half Dome. Nor does it feel like Half Dome. It's very cool in here. Anyways, this is what the top looks like. So this is the second level, of course. What do you guys think? This is not considered a loft. In my mind, I call this a landing space because it's a place to land, I guess, when you get to the top of the stairs. Not really sure, actually. But what I love about this floor plan is that you have your laundry in a closet there. It will have doors. You'll notice none of these homes have doors in this house today. Well, the closets do, but the rooms do not. Look how wide that is, by the way. It's ADA accessible. It's always interesting to me. The bathroom upstairs is the one that's ADA accessible, even though you have to manage to get up the stairs. I feel like the one downstairs should be the ADA bathroom, but again, like, I'm just a nobody. Who cares what I think? Back to the laundry. I like that you have this open area here so that as you set your basket on the ground and you're rotating laundry, you can set it there, have plenty of space. Just make a mental note of what you see here, because in the next house, the little pony wall there comes all the way across, and you'll see what I'm referring to by the fact that I like this space, okay? So with that being said, let's check out the upstairs bath. This is a full bath. We've got a shower tub combo right here. It's your typical fiberglass insert that we see almost every week now. We've got the toilet, sink, lights above the mirror. Thank God they come with it. All right. This is another linen closet right there. Very nice. Little built-in. It actually does come with it as well. You can put your coffee maker there. Just kidding. Does anybody watch The Office? Does anybody understand the reference of you could put your George Foreman with your bacon and wake up to the smell of bacon? Not sure if you get it. If you do, cool. If not, you're missing out. Anyways, that's a cool little spot to put some, whatever you want to put there, some extra blankets. Perfect. Not bad. This would make Sophie's room right here. It's nice and girly, and it says roll with it, which is what we tend to do when she falls down. We just roll with it, guys. We don't make a big fuss, because apparently studies have shown that the kid looks at your face, and if they see you react in a scared way, then it makes the fall 10 times worse, and they'll start crying because they see that you're scared, which they believe then there's a reason to be scared. And I'm not a therapist. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's just get back to the real estate part of the video, right? Because what do I know? All right, I love the corner windows here looking out the back. That's nice. Lots of light coming through. Love it. All right. The second bedroom is actually this one here. Well, now this could be Ellie's room because I've got 2 girls and it looks like that's modeled for 2 girls. So very nice. I love the light they've got over there. Doesn't come with it, but it looks great. So that's very, very nice. Love what they've done here. In terms of the actual rooms, they're pretty typical bedroom sizes. Nothing crazy. It works. All right, and then as we come down here to the end, to the primary, let me show this to you. Well, this is actually one of my favorite features of this home, is that we have this closet right here. It's really a nice size. We've got our communications cabinet right there for your internet. That's what that white box is up there. And they're showing you that you can hang clothes. Great. What do you think of the size of this? Do you feel like it's too big, too small? Well, guess what? I don't know. I got something you're gonna love. Look at that, guys. You got another closet. So let's say that one was too small. You've got your other closet right here in the bath. This is very nice. You have a single sink up here. I wish it was a dual, but you'll see that later in some of the other homes that we're gonna look at today. But it's very, very nice. You got your toilet, and then there's no tub. It is a step-in shower, but it's perfectly fine in my opinion for most people. So, and I love the lighting that comes into this home, the natural light. They've nailed it with that. Right, so. And there's your attic access up there. So, I don't think you're going to Clark Griswold it and get up in there and store a bunch of stuff, but you can certainly get up there to access anything you may need to access. So, that is positive. By the way, here in a little bit, we're gonna actually talk about the cost. So we are driving to Clovis, guys. I'm sorry, we're in Clovis. We're actually gonna be driving to Fresno. I'm here in a few minutes in this video. So stick with us, you guys are coming along for the ride. And we're gonna compare the houses and see where the best bang for your buck is, right? And see what the value proposition is for each, and we'll go from there. So let's keep moving, guys. So it's actually interesting, there are 3 floor plans that we are seeing today, right? All 3 floor plans are being built in Clovis and Fresno. Same 3 floor plans, guys. Minor differences, little tweaks, etc., things like that, sure. But overall, they are the same 3 floor plans. And all 3 of those floor plans are 3-bed, 2.5 bath, 2-story homes, right? Ranging from 1227 to about 1651 square feet. And then we got a 1412 square foot floor plan right here behind me, right there, guys. And we're gonna walk through that one real quick right now since it's right here next to us. We're gonna compare the first one to this one as we go. And then we're gonna hop in the car, head across town, check out the 3rd floor plan, as well as that neighborhood, that area, all the above, compare which one makes more financial sense, and we'll go from there. You guys can be the decision maker, right? So let's keep going. So here is the second house. Very nice 1412 square foot home. Love the courtyard here. Unfortunately, this does not come with it, but it looks really nice for the model. All right. So check this out. All right, guys, WD-40 is not included. I'm curious which floor plan, by the way, not just which area, but which floor plan you like the best. So let me know at the end of the video which one you like the best by putting it in the comments below. But I'll be honest, I think this floor plan, this is the middle floor plan. I think this is my personal favorite. It's the most bang for your buck in my opinion. I'm sure anybody who's bought the bigger one would have a different argument, but I'm gonna explain why I think this is the best floor plan of the three, okay? I like that you have an actual entry, right? I've said many times in many of our YouTube videos, I'm an entry guy. I like a nice entry. I like a spot to come in, you know, give grandma a good old hug, you know, and tell her it's good seeing her. And here, let me take your coat. And, oh, hey, you know what, grandma, you had a long drive. I'm sure you got to use the restroom. Go ahead, have some privacy because it is way off of the kitchen and living room. Well, it's not really way off, but it's certainly farther away than it was in the last house. So that, in my opinion, is a plus. All right, so let's take a peek. Anyways, love the entry, okay? Love the placement of the bathroom compared to the last house, personally. I love the windows right over there. Look at how huge those windows are. It's like the wall of windows, I refer to it as. And check out, I'm gonna do a quick pan across. Check it out. What do you guys think of this? Are you feeling like, wow, I really like the last house, or wow, this one's actually really nice? What do you think? What are you feeling? Tell me, guys. Okay, something else here. You actually have not a dining room. No one's giving you a dining room these days. It's all open concept types of homes for the most part, new construction wise. But look at this. It's sort of a compartmentalized space, the way the wall sort of bumps out here, just a smidge. It creates a space for the dining table that is out of the way, versus in the last house, it was sort of right between the living room and the kitchen. This creates that space, right? So if you got, you know, in-laws over hanging around the table, drinking coffee, you know, munching on some pan dulce or something, it's nice to let them have their space over here, right? Hanging out. I'm in the kitchen doing what I do best. And my wife can be over on the couch playing with Sophie and Ellie and telling Luna and Yeti to back up because they love being right in her face. They love licking Sophie's cheeks, and I don't blame them, but not that I want to lick her cheeks, but it's fun to kiss her cheeks. Anyways, so it gives a little more space, a little more functionality, a little more practicality. Even if occasionally you like to entertain, this house would allow you just that much more space in order to do so. All right, now, the island includes the sink. That was not the case in the last house. For some reason, I've been hearing that a lot lately. A lot of people mention, oh, I don't like the sink in the island, and other people do like it. So you tell me what you think. That might be a decision maker, but I don't know. You tell me. In terms of the floor, this is one of the other colors you can select. It's a slightly darker color. The last house was more neutral. This is more of a medium to darkish brown. Same countertop, same cabinet, same backsplash, so we're not going to get into all of that. We're not going to revisit the refrigerator thing because that's what it is. You do have this, though. I guess this would work for some storage, maybe work as a pantry, since you don't actually get the pantry that you had in the last house. But I will say that you do gain this, which I don't think would be a pantry. It'd be kind of an awkward pantry. But this is a great space. Now, we've got two Huskies, Luna and Yeti. I could see making this their space, putting their food and water in there, like getting rid of this door. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. What would you guys do with this space? But it's a good use of space. The last house under the stairs, we had the powder room, so we didn't have this under the staircase Harry Potter space, but we have it here, so. All right, now the lot on this house is the exact same as the lot size on the last house. Therefore, you are going to lose some backyard space because the house is bigger. Bigger house, same size lot means less yard space. So, I mean, they still did a nice job making this work. Look at how they did it. It looks really pretty. I could see sitting out here, fire pit instead of a table. I could totally see, I love these giant pots. These would be nice in my backyard. I wonder where they get them. And then how the heck do you get them to the house? That's the other question. Certainly not going to fit in the trunk of the car, guys. That's a really nice yard, though. It's nice how they did it. I mean, it's low maintenance. It's, you know, you're not going to come back here and go swimming, or you're not going to be mowing the grass on Saturday. But if you want to come back here after a long day of work, it's a great space to sit out here, read a book. My wife has been doing a lot of reading lately. She's in a couple book clubs. You know, I like to work on these YouTube videos myself. I like to sit out there in the evenings and do that. I could see sitting here doing all of that, you know. It's a really good space. Okay, let's go up these stairs and see sort of how it compares. So, how long have you guys been looking for a house? Like a couple months, couple weeks, 3 years? I hear it all. Always curious, guys. Tell me, shoot me a text, let me know how I can help. Or shoot me a text and I will tell you how we can help, because we have a lot of ways that you may not realize. All right, this is a good sized bedroom. Very similar to the bedroom size in the last house, in my opinion. Right? Okay. Bathroom is actually pretty similar as well. Similar in size and features, same insert. Shower tub combo down there. Same thing. Okay, go back to the mental note I asked you to make of the laundry. Okay, do you see it now? Do you see what I'm saying? If you're doing laundry, you don't have as much space to move around because it's just a hallway through here. You kind of pass on by it versus it being an open area kind of in the last house. In fact, right here, look at this. This will show you exactly what it looked like in the last house. Look at this. You see how it's kind of an open area? Okay, and then this wall here comes all the way across in this house, unlike the last house, which is not a big deal. I mean, you can make this work. And you will have doors again on this. Your attic access is outside the laundry in this home. By the way, all 3 homes in the video today do come with this thermostat where it is zoned for up and down, so you can control the temps for the upper and the lower level. They can be different. All right, over here is sort of another bedroom about the same size as the last bedroom we just saw a minute ago. So perfect. That's a twin bed, FYI. I like that they have these little spaces here just for storage, and I can already see like mail getting stacked up there and whatever, you know, right? We all have mail that we don't need, and it's like more mail and all of that, right? We don't need any of it, right? Usually it's a bunch of junk mail, one piece of valuable mail. Okay, this room definitely is larger. Okay, what do you think? Very nice, right? It's very, very nice the way you've got space there. I love all of the windows. That's awesome. It's a great thing. So actually this house, apparently, I don't know why I was thinking this had 2 sinks. Maybe the next one has 2 sinks, hopefully, because otherwise I don't know what I'm thinking. But this has 1 sink as well. What you'll notice though is that there is a door right here, right? And it closes off the toilet and shower. So do you like that feature? I think a lot of people do like that feature. It's a little different than it was in the last house. Still no tub up here. You have the shower, step-in shower with the built-in bench, which is great. And then you just have the 1 closet in this house. I think it's a little bit bigger than it was in the last house. But you got 2 in the last house. So, I don't know, to be honest with you, I would be willing to bet that the square footage of the closet space in the last house is actually more. Like those 2 added together probably equals more space than just this 1. So it's funny, I've heard people say, oh, it's his and hers, and I've heard people say, nope, it's hers and hers, and he gets a drawer over here in the nightstand, like whatever. It's a funny joke that is fun to make sometimes. But in reality, it is one closet in this house, so you might have to divide it up a little bit better. So I know that we normally only show like 2 houses in these videos because they range from like 45 minutes to an hour every single week. I don't know that anybody would want to sit there and watch us for 2.5 hours in one sitting and talk through 5 different floor plans. So typically we limit it to 2 homes because these homes are a little on the smaller size. And these are, by the way, some of the best deals in the valley to get into Clovis. Best deals in Clovis, guys, right here. We're going to talk about that here in a bit. But since all 3 homes are a little on the smaller side today and they're pretty quick to run through, we are going to show all 3 today as well as both neighborhoods. We're going to drive to the next neighborhood in Fresno, show you the 3rd floor plan of these, which they're building all 3 in both locations. We're going to talk about the HOA difference, sort of the cost of living difference for the homes themselves. And then we're going to see which one is a better fit for you guys. So thanks for watching so far. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's keep moving along, guys. Actually, real quick, before we head out of here, I do want to show you guys the pool complex real quick, where it's at. I'll show you the gate right here behind me, and then we will head out of here. So here it is, nice and fenced in for safety, etc. Right? No water in it yet. Watch, it's going to be done in September. I'm making this up. I don't know when it's going to be done. It looks like it's very, very close, but I'm sure anybody who's living here wished it was done by now, since it's 80, 90, 100 degrees this time of year some days. So that would have been nice. But I guess it gives everybody something to look forward to for next year, right? So we've got, I think there's showers over there, and we've got facilities if somebody needs to use the restroom over there. And it looks like it's going to be 3.5 feet on each end and 5 feet at the deepest in the center. This will all be nicely landscaped, I'm sure. And, you know, this is kind of what the neighborhood itself looks like, where that black SUV is behind the porta potty is kind of some guest parking at the end cap, they call it. Very nice olive trees. Nice gates, pedestrian door right there if you want to go on a walk. Lots of Clovis trails out here to walk. It's really nice, but yes, it is gated, so you can see that right here. So all in all, it's a pretty nice little neighborhood here. And if you're wanting to be in Clovis for like under 400 grand, this is like probably your best option. We're gonna let you guys be the one to decide which area is a better fit. So we're excited. So stick with us and let's keep going. All right, so we are off, guys. We're driving ourselves to a very similar subdivision by the very same builder in Southeast Fresno. We just left North Clovis. We are on Armstrong Avenue actually right now. Armstrong and Ashland area heading southbound. The next subdivision is actually at Olive and Armstrong. So something that I'm not sure if you guys know, but it is huge, is that the homes that we just saw are Clovis Unified Schools, okay? In fact, I believe they're actually Clovis North. I believe Clovis North is the high school for the homes that we just walked through, the 2 that we saw already. And then the community we're going to now is in Fresno, out here in the 93727, which is just south of Clovis, all right, kind of in southeast Fresno. But what's insane is we are not in Clovis, we're in Fresno. Guys, it's still Clovis Unified Schools without all the special assessment taxes that sometimes come along with a Clovis address, right? So in terms of bang for your buck, you're going to pay less for the house for one, and then you're going to pay less, should pay less in taxes for 2. So there's a couple things there that I think are super important for you guys to consider. So as I drive there, let me just kind of show you out the window what Armstrong Avenue in Fresno looks like, right? So here we go. So it's really nice, you know, I mean, it's we actually just crossed over Clovis into Fresno going this direction. So again, southbound, we just passed Shields, we're on Armstrong. Lots of big green trees and stuff on the left-hand side. Over here on the right, there's actually quite a bit of newer construction. There's Granville and DeYoung both building out this way. Pretty nice area, you know, decent yards, things like that. This is all newer construction. Granville's right there that you're seeing on the screen in front of you. These are like it's like a non-HOA neighborhood. It is built out, but then up here, just before the light is a gated community where they're actually building Granville's and DeYoung's in the same gated community, which is kind of an interesting concept. I think Granville sold off some dirt to DeYoung. There are some models of theirs out here as well, and DeYoung's got a lot of other stuff coming up actually out here at Temperance, and I think it's Temperance and Shields actually. They got some stuff coming, so there's a lot going on out here. Right here to the right is the previous community, similar to the one that we're going to see today, with the 3 homes, 2 of which we've already seen. But guys, I'm telling you, we're almost here, okay? So stick with us. I'm actually gonna head to the models in a minute, but I first want to just drive into the community really quick where these homes are actually being built, and I want you to take a peek at these things and see what you guys think, okay? So similar to the last community, this is the gate, or it's going to be the gate. It is, and they got the same type of parking here on the end caps down here, just like the last community. Very, very similar community, guys. I'm telling you, if I just randomly got up and went to one of them, let's see who can tell me which community is which, right? Because of the similarities here. You are allowed to park on the street. That's a big question I oftentimes get. You are allowed to park on the street here, guys. I mean, they like you to utilize your garage and guest parking, but if need be, you can't park on the street. This is actually the same floor plan right here as the one that we just walked through. Actually, the very first one in this video, and the people buying these homes are, like I said, people either downsizing or most likely starting out, trying to get into a home, build some equity, kind of. Actually, let me go to the... So this community is not quite as far along as the Clovis community of the same thing that we just saw. This dirt patch right beyond these orange trash bins here that you're going to see right there. This is actually going to be a very similar pool complex as the last neighborhood, the last pool that you saw. That's going to go right here. Pickleball courts are going to go over here as well. So lots to come out this way, guys. And then this over here, all this open area is going to be phase 2 of this in this particular neighborhood. So that's nice. And then this is a second gate that we're actually exiting onto the Chumley Avenue. But eventually this road here will go through. Currently it's a dead end. So we're going to go back up here to our shop and head on. So hopefully this is helping you guys. I know that like you could very easily go on to like Realtor.com and look at homes and slide through pictures and whatnot, but part of what we do this for, part of why we do this, I meant to say, is to give people a real life view of what it looks like out here, not just pictures of the inside of a house, but what is it like living here? You know, where do people go shopping? And if that's a question for you guys out here, well, there's a gigantic, in fact, I think it's the biggest Target actually in the valley, would be the closest Target to this neighborhood here. It's like a super Target. There's a new In-N-Out. There's a Sprouts. I think there's a Home Goods coming. And then there's a Vons, a Safe Mart, all the banks, Denny's, Jamba Juice, Starbucks, of course. What would we do without coffee, right? Everything under the sun. Like, it's crazy. So in terms of proximity to things, this is actually a great location. We got lots of stuff, shopping and dining in the area. We got Heng Shuang. I think it's Heng Swanks actually. I always call it Heng Shuangs, but I think it's Heng Swanks. Par 3 golf course right up the way. It's literally right down there at the next intersection. So there's a lot, guys. There is a Clovis Unified School right there through the intersection to my left. So if you are thinking about buying a house, more than just the home itself, the way we can structure the deal on one of these particular homes that we've seen 2 of them, we're going to see the 3rd one right now. The way the deal could be structured, it's possible to get you probably the lowest monthly payment on anything at the price point in the area based on how we structure the deal, guys. That may not mean anything to you until you're actually ready to pull the trigger and you're like really looking at the monthly payments and stuff. So this is one to consider. So reach out to us. We have sold a ton of these In fact, their latest release was just about a week and a half ago when I had 2 clients reserve these homes just because the value that comes along with them. So let's hop out, let's run in here really quick, take a look at this 3rd floor plan, and kind of see how this compares to the Clovis location. You've sort of seen the neighborhood already. And then we'll do our comparison. We'll talk pricing for each area and what you get, the differences, etc. And we'll call it a day. Stick with us, guys. We're getting there. All right, guys, so we are out here now. Just hopped out of the car, got inside the model office here on the other side of the fence. We are here showing you guys the 3rd floor plan of this collection. It is 1651 square feet. You've seen the first 2 floor plans on the Clovis site. This is the Fresno location. We just drove over here. You came with us. We're gonna see it right now. And then we're gonna compare pricing, see which neighborhood gives you the better value and the most bang for your buck. So stick with us, guys. Let's check this thing out and we'll go from there. All right, so before we go into this one, I just came out of it, did a quick walkthrough before I showed you guys in case there's anything that jumps out. I checked the house. No scary monsters in the closets or anything, guys. I think we're good to go. It's safe to say we can go in. This is the house right here, this big daddy, guys. I mean, it is like the biggest floor plan of these 3. I'm gonna show you what's so fantastic about it and things that aren't really that big of a deal to me for the price difference. Let's go have a look. So I do like the exterior. I wanna show you guys really quickly because this is something that people ask all the time. What is the difference? I'm gonna show you. Okay, the house right there, we are in the Fresno location. We just came from the Clovis location, but this house right here is the floor plan that we just came out of. We were in the other site, but this is the same floor plan out here in Fresno that we just walked through in Clovis. Notice how the roof goes over the garage. Do you see that? How the garage goes up, you have roof, and then it goes up again with those 2 windows up top there. That's the 1412. This is the 1651. You see how the front is flush? So the footprint of the home is actually quite similar in my opinion. It's just that the front on that one is set back and they have brought that upper wall outward flush with the garage on the bigger one, and that is where you gain the square footage. So when we go in, if you feel like the downstairs square footage isn't really that much bigger for an additional 230-ish square feet, it's not going to feel that much bigger downstairs because of that. But you will notice the space addition once we get upstairs. Okay, so let's check it out. All right, first things first, guys. Right here, this door that kind of hits you right when you walk in, that takes you to the garage. If you remember in the last house, we had a powder room right here. I liked that the best, and it's my opinion. Who cares what I think? Because I'm nobody and I know nothing. I don't know, maybe I know something. People tell me I know something, but I don't know. Honestly, I'm just here. So the last house had a powder room right here, okay? The garage door was in through the kitchen. You're gonna see the difference. So this is the garage door. The staircase, it had like a little 4 steps, three or 4 steps, then you turn. Remember in the kitchen in the last house? In this home, of course, the stairs are here right off the entry. Check out the living room. Let me show this to you. Do you feel that this looks any bigger than the last house? What are your honest thoughts? Like, what are your opinions on this? Do you feel like this is bigger and better, or does it feel like it's kind of the exact same thing with maybe more cabinets on that back wall? What do you guys think? Now, I personally like the kitchen in this home. I love that they've extended the cabinets, giving you more counter space. What I will say though is I do feel like those additional cabinets cut into your living space for the table, because these chairs and this table, it fits fine, but imagine if you had somebody sitting here. You know, you got Grandpa Joe sitting over here reading the newspaper and you can't get through all of a sudden, you know? So that could be a little tight depending on who visits and for how long they visit, because that sometimes matters too. So in a way, you kind of don't want to make people too comfortable. Actually, that should be a different YouTube channel, right? We're not going to talk about guests and entertaining and in-laws and all that stuff. We're going to just focus on the house. But all joking aside, it might be slightly tight in this area if you do have people sitting all around the table and you're trying to get outside to flip the chicken before the grease catches on fire, then you're all eating burnt chicken and it's your fault because you didn't flip it, but you couldn't get outside because somebody was in the way and you chose to buy this house. And I'm just kidding, I'm rambling on again. Let's actually check out the backyard real quick, see if it's any bigger than the last one, and then we'll come back in and I'll show you the differences here. So the backyard is not very large. Not very large. It's actually the smallest of the three. Might be similar to the last one, maybe a tiny bit smaller because this house is a little bigger. But all in all, I do believe this home is a very similar footprint size as the last house. What do you think? I still love the big pots. I mean, I love them in Clovis and I love them in Fresno now, guys. They're really cool. It does come with some concrete. I don't think it comes with this much concrete, but it does come with some concrete. The AC condenser is out here on the ground. The rest of it is up in the attic. It is a split unit. All the newer homes come this way these days. So that's cool. Very, very nice. Right? I like that for a smaller home, though, they still gave you a decent amount of storage. Like, check this out. It's kind of hard to get the thing open, but you can get the idea, right? Oh, that's interesting. The outlet is in here. I've never even noticed that before. Yeah, that's different, huh? Having the outlet in the cabinet like that. I wish they'd have put it in the wall, but not a big deal. It's fine. So, windows are all dual pane. There's that. You get some nice updated USB and USB-C outlets. I think there's like one in the kitchen. Oh, look at this, guys. So this was the door to the garage in the last house. In this house, they have moved the powder room over here and moved this door to the other area near the entry that we already talked about. Still no storage, but it is just a half bath powder room. You're not trying to make people too comfortable, like we just mentioned, to where they want to store a hairbrush. And once someone stores a toothbrush in your drawer, hey, it's like feeding a kitten. How do you get rid of them? I don't know. That's a third YouTube channel idea. Okay, it does come with the refrigerator that you see there. Comes with it, guys. It's included in the price. No, they're not going to give you money off if you tell them you don't want it. You can sell it on the side if you really don't need it, but it's coming with it, guys. Electric community, again, this is an electric community. We got the same sink. We're not going to talk about all this because it's exactly the same as the last house. Notice the floor. This is a little different. In fact, I don't think this is actually a flooring option anymore. These are a little fatter, a little shorter tiles, and I don't think you can get this anymore. The flooring options are available in the office, which we can look at together. Here's your coat closet. What I would do is add some shelving and make this a half pantry, half storage space, like I talked about for the vacuum, and if you have golf clubs, because the par 3 golf course is just right here. But again, you do have that over there, but that might be a hassle to get in that cabinet over there if you got a table or people sitting around. Okay. Let's head up these stairs and have a look. By the way, guys, thank you for watching the video today. Subscribe to the channel, please. It really makes us feel like people are enjoying our content and we're doing the right thing. So I'm excited to share with you guys the rest of this upstairs. I do want to share our contact information on the screen, though. It's right here. So if you are thinking about making a move, looking at resale homes, have a home to sell or list, or you're looking for new construction, we specialize in that stuff, guys. Reach out to us, let us help. And check out how massive this room is that I'm in right now, guys. Check this thing out. Look, I'm walking all the way to the side, and then I'll show it to you. Watch this. It's big, right? Well, it is big. Whether you agree or not, this is a really big room. So you got space there. Yes, I know it's just a twin bed. You know, if you shove these beds together, it makes a king. So you could fit a king and still have space on each side. I mean, this is like gigantic. So Sophie and Ellie, I could see it right here. Sophie is the one that I could see jumping from this bed to that bed and laughing about it. And I tell her not to do it for her safety, and I could see her doing it again because it's funny. She's just a little silly, funny little girl. So, okay, one of the biggest things you gain, Alexa, Do the laundry. Said every person ever, right? That would be fantastic. You actually gain a designated laundry room. The other two homes just have the laundry closet. And this one, you actually gain the entire room with a door. So that's nice. You know, is that worth the price difference? You probably don't know because you don't know what the price difference is yet. Well, you can tell me here in a few because we're getting to that. We've got a nice built-in bench down here at the end. That's a really nice feature. I like that. Oh wow, this is nice. Okay. Well, let's do this. Since we're in here, let's see this. So we got a shower tub combo right here, fiberglass insert, pretty consistent with all of them, right? I like that there's a door separating the shower. So in the morning, for example, one child can be brushing their teeth, the other one can be taking a shower using the bathroom, and each child has some privacy. That's very, very nice and well thought out. This is some linen storage right off the bathroom, extra towels and toiletries and things to that effect. Check out this room. This room is actually a good size. Another good size. So I think really the big gain here is a laundry room, more cabinets downstairs in the kitchen, and definitely bigger bedrooms. So if you're a bedroom type of person, you want to give your kids the biggest room out of all of these homes, this would be the home without question, because these rooms are all like massive bedrooms, and I rarely get to say that, and I even more rarely get to say that at homes at this price point. So not a huge yard, but you do have a park, you have a pool, you have local parks you can utilize, and some reasonable alternatives. Okay guys, the primary. This is the other thing. Look how beautiful this is. So this is actually a king size bed, a true king size bed in here. I love the wall. It's a design feature. Your texture will be just like what you see out here. But I do like that they did this because it shows you how beautiful you could make it. Yeah, this is a great size. Lots and lots of natural light, guys, in this house. This home actually faces south, so that is south and west. South is to my left and west is straight out that window over the tub. So what do you guys see here? You see two sinks. You gain a sink up here. You gain a tub. If you really want a tub, you can get it in this home. Of course, you still have a shower. You have a big closet, actually a great sized closet. So the upstairs is where they really pack in the extra value in this home. It's not really in the downstairs. There's an attic access in your primary closet. But this closet is actually a great size. So this is bigger than both closets in the first house and the second house's closet put together. I think this is bigger than all three of those closets put together. Water closet right there. So this is really, really a nice setup. I mean, I think that if you're feeling a little bit splurgy, then go ahead and indulge, guys, because you're not going to be upset that you went with this option. I mean, the price difference between these is not drastic, maybe $100 to $200 a month. So if you really like this one, go with it. If you don't care, go with a cheaper one, because if it doesn't make a difference, why waste the money, right? So that is sort of my 2 cents on the matter. I'm really excited though to get back in the office and share with you guys the price differences. Not just the pricing, but the price difference and what that looks like for you guys. So let's head out. Unless there's questions, put them in the comments or call me. But for now, we're gonna head out of here. We are going to head to the office. We're gonna talk about where we are in both locations. We're gonna talk about pricing, all of that stuff. And we're gonna decide which neighborhood gives you the most bang for your buck and why. All right, so without further ado, let's keep going, and we're getting there, guys. All right, so let's dive to the map, guys. Let me show you where these two different communities are at. They're very similar. Locations are very different, not really that far apart. It's maybe like a 12-minute drive, but let's find out together, guys. And then we will talk about some differences, and then we will certainly dive right into pricing, and then we will call it a day, guys. You've been great. Thank you for sticking with us as far as you have today. And let's get this thing wrapped up for you. So for everybody watching from out of the area, if you're relocating here, this next 30 seconds is for you. So listen up, guys. Bay Area is up here in Northern California. Los Angeles is down here in the southern region of the state, and we are kind of smack dab center right here in the heart of California. We are just a couple of hours inland from the nearest coast, Central Coast, which would be Monterey Bay, Pismo Beach, San Simeon, places like that. So we are close enough to the nearest coast that if you want to make a day trip, you can certainly do it. Or you can go and spend a few days there and really get away, whatever you want to do, totally up to you. Also, this is a great location because we are an hour to the mountains. You know, you guys can be to Shaver Lake, you can be to the gates of Yosemite, all within an hour. So there's a lot to do here, guys. So let me kind of take a closer look and let's show you where we're at today. So very, very, very similar floor plans, maybe some minor differences, but they're basically the same house. First houses that we're seeing today are right over here where this pin is dropped. Okay. That's where we're at, guys. First location up here off of Shepherd and Sunnyside Avenue. This builder's got like 4 different product lines going up here. They've got their entry level, which is actually what we're seeing in this video, all the way up to homes that are like $1 million, depending on where you want to be between, $350 and $1 million. There's something probably for you in that range, right? These neighborhoods today, both of them actually have an HOA. We're going to talk about that in just a couple of minutes. But the second location is actually southeast Fresno. All right, and it's not like super, super far, but it is down here, right off of right here. All right, Olive & Armstrong, guys. This is the second location. So depending on where you want to be will determine what you want to buy, right? Or that may be determined by some other factors that we're going to get into. So it's kind of like here and down here in this area. So depending on where you want to be, guys, that will sort of determine what the most attractive thing is for you. I mean, some people, it's like all about location, location, location. I got family in Clovis. I need to be in Clovis. I got to have Clovis schools. Well, guess what? If you need Clovis schools, you're in luck because both communities today, the one in Fresno and the one in Clovis, both feed into Clovis Unified Schools. So that is actually fantastic. We're going to call that a wash. You could argue that the high school for the Clovis area is better than the Clovis High School because I think it's Clovis East, if I'm not mistaken. Clovis East for the Fresno site, and I think it's Clovis North for the Clovis site. Both same school district, different high schools. You could argue one's better than the other, but when you hear the price difference, you can decide if it is worth that extra cost, okay? There is some great shopping, food, and dining for each location, depending on what you'd like to do. If you're feeling a little more upscale and you want to go to the Row and, hang out there and go to some upscale boutique sorts of salons, you can go over here, hit up Enzo's Table. Awesome place. It's kind of like a Sierra Nut House type of vibe if you've ever been. Pretty cool. Other Side Cafe. Awesome, guys. They've got awesome food, great coffee. Locally owned, very, very good spot there. Ampersand's fan fave, can't go wrong. So there's some great stuff. And then Saison's actually the same owner as Other Side Cafe. This is sort of a fine dining type of restaurant. They've got a very interesting menu in a very positive way, so that's pretty cool. And then we've got Taco Boys, guys. I mean, I know it's tacos. I'm always talking about tacos, it seems like, just south of Shepherd. Actually, it's really good. It's a truck. It's pretty good. Give it a shot. All right, so that's what we've got here. If you travel up here to Herndon and Willow, not too far from this area, you're going to have your Target, your Best Buy, all the stuff that you need on the daily. You got your TJ Maxx, your Burlington Coat Factory, I mentioned Target already. Of course, your Starbucks, your Farmer's Boys, a Pollo Loco, Jamba Juice, Menchie's frozen yogurt, your PetSmart, your Dollar Tree, Nothing But Cakes. If you like really good wedding style cake, that's bomb. It's funny, actually. My little 2-year-old daughter now, she says bomb, so she's eating a hamburger patty and she likes it. She goes, bomb. It's kind of funny. Anyways, so that's kind of what we've got up here in the Shepherd location, all right? And that is not far at all. We're talking a couple of blocks, right? Now, down here in the southeast location, off of Olive and Armstrong down here, let me figure out where we're at. Here we go. So down here off of this location, we actually have a lot of the similar amenities, right? The district area is here where the homes are being built, right? If you just go south under the overpass, we've got a Starbucks. So I mentioned Starbucks. I think this is the third mention of that in this video. They do not sponsor these videos. Anyways, you got that. And then if you go a block or two to the west, we've got In-N-Out Burger. This is actually brand new. So I don't know if I think In-N-Out's just in California, I think. Don't quote me because I don't know that for a fact. But it seems like that's true. I don't know. But if you have never had an In-N-Out hamburger, you need to give it a shot. You can't go wrong. It's probably the most consistent fast food chain I've ever had. Also Chick-fil-A, if you're in the chicken, that's actually pretty good. They're very consistent. They seem like they have similar business models, just very limited, very consistent, really good every time, without much complaint. So that's fantastic. There's also a PetSmart up there. We've got the biggest Target probably in the valley right there. It's the newest Target in the county for sure. And this is all very, very close. And if that doesn't do it for you, if that doesn't wet your beak, then go south another mile to Kings Canyon and Clovis Avenue, and this has probably got everything that you guys are going to need, and then a lot more probably. So anyways, with that being said, let's decide how much these houses cost. I've got it right here, guys. I've got Fresno and Clovis. All right. So let's start with, what do you guys want to do? You want to start with Fresno or Clovis? Let's start with Clovis. Let's do it in the order that we filmed the video, right? So let me zoom back in up here to the Heritage Grove Ranch area. Elevations. All right, guys. So the first, and we're going to go through each floor plan. We're going to talk about the price difference of each area, okay? So house one in the video, it's the 1227 3-bed, 2.5 bath. All the homes today are 3-bed, 2.5 baths, so we're not going to repeat that every time. The only thing that really differs is the layout and the square footage, but the specs are basically the same in terms of bedrooms and bathrooms. 2 bathrooms upstairs, a half bath powder downstairs. Okay, lot sizes for the Fresno location versus Clovis. We're going to do it in the way that we'll try to keep this consistent and flowing, okay? Clovis location, 1227. The first house we saw, lot size 1980. Lot size in Fresno is 2052. We're talking literally 72 square feet bigger. So actually, we're not even going to talk about that. That's not enough difference to really make any difference for anybody, I don't think. Fresno price, they have some starting at $346,990. We're just going to round up 10 bucks, forgive me. We're going to call it 347 just for the simplicity of this conversation. 347 in Fresno and 394 in Clovis. Actually, 394,990, so we'll call it 395. $48,000 to be in Clovis versus Fresno, okay? $48,000. Do you guys think it is worth it? I don't know. Let me do this really quick just because I'm really, really curious. Let's drop a pin there and then let's do I just want to see. There's the route. It is a 16-minute drive, okay? Straight south over a street, south over a street. Okay. I can drop that. 16 minutes. So, this is the Fresno location, guys. This right here gets you in at 347, okay? Now, there's ways to adjust the price and work a different incentive depending on what the goal is. We're not going to get into those specifics right now because it's going to bore you guys and you're going to click off if you haven't already. All right, let's go back to Clovis. All right, up here where the pin's at. This is where we're at, guys. Let me get crazy and change it up on you so you can see what this area looks like in real time. Well, this isn't in real time, but because this is all built out as you saw in the video. Still houses for sale though. All right, second house, guys, 1412 square foot floor plan. That house in the Clovis site, let's do it this way. Clovis site, $421,990. Let's just round up to $422 for the second house. Okay, my personal favorite. The Fresno side, we're going to come in at a whopping $381,990. We'll round up to $382. $382 versus $422, that is a $40,000 difference. So the second house, guys, $40,000 of a difference between Fresno and Clovis. Is a 16-minute drive worth $40,000 of your money? I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think, because for me, it's really hard to justify on one hand. On the other hand, I get it, kind of, in a way, not really, but sort of. But it's money, guys, and we're talking about $40K. We're talking about probably $400 a month. I'd have to confirm that with a lender, but my guess is that's probably about $350 to $400 a month of a difference in your guys' payment. So, is that worth it to you guys? What do you guys think? And last but certainly not least, the big baddie, we called it. If we go to the Clovis site, because we want to be in Clovis, north of Shepherd, the big baddie starts at $441,990, guys. $441,990. Let's just call that $442. Okay. The same big baddie, but in Fresno, 16 minutes southeast of where we are in Clovis. The big one is they actually have some starting at $399,990. That is absolutely insane, that difference. We're talking about a $42,000 difference. So between Fresno and Clovis here, something else, another point I want to make, just an angle to consider this. Let's say you really prefer the bigger floor plan, right? You could get the biggest floor plan in Clovis, the biggest floor plan in Fresno for $399,990. We're just going to call that $400,000. You know, if you add $10, we're at $400,000. Or you could get the smallest floor plan in Clovis for $395,000. Is that kind of a crazy comparison to make? So if you really want the bigger floor plan, but you like Clovis, hey, if you move to Fresno, you can get the biggest house for $40,000 less. Like, I don't know. It's just hard to say. They're both Clovis unified. They both have HOAs. The Clovis site, first location we were at today, HOA is approximately $135. That can vary, so don't quote me there. As of right now, the time this video was shot, though, it is $135. That covers your water bill, I believe. Not trash, water, front yard maintenance and landscaping, the gate, the pool, and like the Fresno location is going to have pickleball courts, so that should be very similar amongst both communities. However, the Fresno community HOA is $162. Okay, so I don't know. You tell me what makes more sense. If you guys want me to break this down in terms of a loan for you, I can have a loan officer do it, break it down, tell you exactly monthly wise what is that difference. Either way, for now, I just wanted you to hear that. Tell me what you guys think. Thank you very much for watching, and if we don't talk to you before next Saturday, we will see you guys next Saturday at 8 a.m. Thanks for watching.